and welcome to the second installment of our YouTube videos for my campaign for State Executive Committeeman. Today, I'd like to take a minute or two to review a couple events that went on this past week and to answer a couple questions you might have. At the second meeting of the Executive Committee, where members were attempting to choose a state committeeman, two of the members asked to break into executive session to discuss the election. Since I am not a member of the committee, I was asked to leave the house it was held in and wait outside. That's the rule, so I voluntarily left and waited. What I wasn't aware of was a blog post of mine was brought up where I criticized the Florence County GOP leadership for how they handled the certification process. The odd part was that since I was right outside, waiting in the 88-degree heat, the members easily could have called me in and asked me about the post, but they didn't. If they had, they would have found out what I was referring to actually. I mentioned the leadership misled the public that all the candidates were certified. They said they followed the direction of the SCGOP, and that is the absolute truth. Where they weren't honest was after the Supreme Court gave their ruling, the county party still certified all their candidates despite the fact that some of them did not file correctly. They even admitted this on air and on the Florence County GOP Facebook page. Later on, during the court case, the argument was made that people intending to run for office were considered public officials. I spoke to at least two of the members of the leadership that their argument was faulty, and I was ignored. Had I been in the leadership a few months ago, this could have possibly been avoided, and the SCGOP would have saved $80,000 in legal fees on our behalf. That is what I was referring to. These are the facts, and in the end, my judgment was right. The second issue I'd like to address is the event held at my home last Thursday. While I would have liked to invite all of the members of the Executive Committee, it was apparent that some of them were not going to support me, and there's a simple rule in all campaigns. You don't invite people that will not support you to your own event. It's well known that some of the leadership do not get along with some supporters of mine. And the last thing I was going to allow was Republicans possibly arguing with each other under my roof in Chad Connelly and Lynn Bennett's presence. Those of you with kids know that sometimes when they're fighting, you simply just put them in different rooms for a little while. So I sent a message to one of them to ask that they skip the meeting, and this is that message. Dear Betty, I'm sorry for doing this, but I'm going to request that you, Stephanie, and Ethan skip the event on Wednesday. Though I was hoping for a positive meeting with everyone, after last night's go outside and you might as well go home while I was criticized and not asked to come back in to address the post, many of my supporters are very unhappy. I'm not looking forward to an argument occurring under my roof with SCGOP officers there, and I'm afraid there could be a real possibility. Bill and Elijah may come, so I'm sure they can update you guys on what happened. Again, I apologize, but Thursday is not the night for me to show I can work with the current county leadership. Thanks. That's the message. I'll let you decide if that's being negative or nasty, but I did apologize a couple of times in there. In the end, I invited the other candidate and the one that dropped out, and I was criticized for this as well. What I learned in situations like this, someone is always not going to be happy. Overall, I think I showed fairness and good judgment on it. It's called leadership. Lastly, I know that some of you are disappointed that I didn't speak at my own event. I planned on doing it, but the event schedule was changed to accommodate Chairman Connelly, and it ran late. It wasn't what I planned to occur, but there is plenty of time left to ask any questions you may have, and I encourage you to call or email me. My phone number is 260-1772, and my email is reno2004@msn.com. Hopefully, this answers any questions that you might have had this week. Again, thanks for allowing me to show that I'm trying to be as transparent and positive as possible in these matters. As your State Executive Committeeman, I promise to be just as open, but I need your vote. Again, thanks for watching, and we'll be back soon.